Tiffany, was music a big influence on you growing up?
Yeah, music was basically my biggest influence growing up. I don't know how it was because my family's not very musical and we didn't really listen to a lot of music either. So I don't know. One day I just woke up and decided, I love to sing and I want to dance. And I just realized that music was such an outlet for me at a very young age. So I just gave my all to it. And that was basically my outlet and my best friend and my my dream and everything when I was growing up.
Was there a particular moment where you decided that you wanted to pursue music as a career?
I think I always sang, I always danced and things on my own and just for fun when I was younger. But then when I was about 14, I realized that dance classes existed and I realized that vocal lessons existed. And so this whole world opened up to me. And I realized, oh my goodness, I could actually do this as a career or as a huge passion of mine, and I could really pursue this. And so I think when I enrolled in my first dance class, that was like the moment I knew. I was like, this is exactly what I want to pursue and what I want to spend my time doing. So I think that at 14 was when that all began.
What usually inspires your songwriting?
My songwriting is usually inspired by my life, but not my life in the sense of just stories of, cute boys in grocery stores or things like that. My deep life, my deep inner life. And I've always wanted to use it as a positive change in people's lives and talk about things that my perceptions of the world or things that I wish would change in the world or hope and things that would encourage other people. And I think that that's what keeps me writing is that motivation of just wanting to see change in people's lives and the deep things, even sometimes the dark things that I deal with and sharing that with other people, because I think there's a lot of power in that vulnerability and in allowing people to see your wounds and see your brokenness. Because I think we all can agree that we all have it on some level. And I think that's something I just really inspires my songwriting.
You just released your single One Voice. Are there any more new releases on the way?
Yeah, you can. That was actually the first single off of the One Voice EP. So the next single will be coming later this year and then followed by the album. I don't have any dates set yet, but it will be later this year.
Can you tell us a little bit about your book and the motivation behind it?
hmm One Voice, the song actually came first. And I realized I had so much more to say about that topic. And you only get about 3.5 minutes in a song, which just wasn't enough. So I decided I'm going to write a book about this and really take that concept of one voice being enough. I think so many people don't feel like they are enough or that they can make a change. And people wait so often for, an organization or a bigger group of people or someone else to do something. And really the reality is at the end of the day, every change that's happened in this world started with one person or an idea or one dream or something is where it was birthed. And so I really wanted to empower people and encourage people that they have that potential in them, no matter what it is. And so the book was the way that I could actually talk about that and encompass it in more than 3.5 minutes.
That also led to some motivational speaking. Can you tell us about that?
Well, that started in 2012. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, a very debilitating disease called ulcerative colitis. And it basically led me down the hardest years of my life. And through that experience, I really got to know who I was and what the world around me is and what priorities I need to have, what matters, how to take care of myself. I mean, the list goes on. It was just the biggest growing experience I've ever experienced. And I wanted that hurt and that brokenness to be able to help other people in similar situations or just as a metaphor for their life. And so that's kind of where the health and wellness came from, and the coaching and the speaking, and basically in any avenue that I can make a difference in people's lives, I do. So whether that, no matter what vehicle that is, whether that's the speaking or whether that's the music, they're all for the common purpose of just sharing what I've been through and really making a change in people's lives.
Tiffany, what are some things you enjoy outside of music that fans might not know about?
Hmm. I'm a complete and total bookworm. That's one thing. I love just sitting down for no purpose other than just to enjoy myself and reading. I don't get enough time to do that, but I do love that. I love listening to really old and unexpected music. People, I'm in the pop world and I was a hip hop dancer, so people always assume I'm listening to top 40, which sometimes I am. But at home, behind closed doors, I'm listening to old school jazz and standards and French music. And that's kind of what I love in my house.
What are your goals moving forward?
I think my goals moving forward are definitely to continue creating balance in my life and figuring out what that looks like, and mentoring other women and entrepreneurs through that process of finding health and wholeness and really not only enjoying your life, but using your life to leave something behind and to make an impact in people's lives. At the end of the day, that's what I'm about, making an impact, and whatever vehicle again that is, that's the goal.
Where's the best place for fans to stay up to date with everything you have going on?
You can go to tiffanyparker.com and everything is really housed under that.
It's been a pleasure having you on. Is there any other news or final thoughts you'd like to share before we go?
Well, I do have a lot of releases coming out this year, a health program, my single, and my album. So several things in the pipeline that don't have dates on the calendar quite yet. So if people want to stay up to date with that, they can sign up for email updates at tiffanyparker.com. And that is the best way for me to kind of connect and encourage them on a weekly basis and be able to be the first to know about these things that are coming out.
I hope you enjoyed today's video. These interviews are made possible by the support we get on Patreon. For pledging as little as $1 a month, you get some great benefits. You get to watch all the videos a day earlier than they're posted publicly. You'll get invited to our monthly Google Plus Hangouts. And we're also going to be giving away some great prizes to our patrons. And remember, the best benefit of all is knowing that all the pledges go towards promoting indie musicians and getting their music out to as many fans as possible. Thank you for your support.